Death. How often do you think about it? Perhaps once a week, perhaps a couple of more times. All around the world, people are now celebrating Halloween or All Saints Day, and just makes you start thinking about it a little bit more. In that zone, thinking about the people that passed away in your life, perhaps grandparents, perhaps even parents, and you keep thinking to yourself how the life was like with them and how you just now moved on. Because that's the thing, right? Someone can be a big part of your life for so long, your entire childhood, and then one day they're gone, and you wake up a couple of years later and you barely even remember them. Well, that's what happens. We all gonna die one day, and in the moments like this we have the tendency to think about the dead ones, remembering how they were, even though you realize that with more and more time passing by, you actually remembering less and less of what your grandma used to be like, your grandfather, and that makes you perhaps sad. It makes you feel like you're failing them, to not remembering what they were like, and the only thing you're left with are the photos, the videos of them, and yet you can have this feeling that there's something missing, that's not what it used to be like. And the way we often think about death is like this afterlife, like what's gonna happen afterwards, what's next for us. And you have religion telling you, giving you some sort of mythology, an afterlife, another world out there that you're gonna continue living on, or perhaps another state, reincarnation, or something like that. And you have other ideas that basically you're gonna be gone and you're no longer existing. But we focus so much on what's gonna happen next, afterwards, on the other side, and we like to call it the other side, that it seems like we're forgetting to think about the living. Because for sure, even when you're gone, when you're gonna die, and that's gonna happen one day, people around you will still be here. The world will be here. And that is something to think about while you are still here, while you can make a difference. To make sure that you have people around you that when you're gone, they're gonna remember you. Because I think that's the true legacy. It's not about your career, it's not about how much money you can make, how successful you can be financially, materialistically, but how you influence other people. Because that's where the true greatness really comes from. Then you can be delusional, thinking that you're so great, but if everyone around you hates you, you're not really great. You're just delusional because you're benefiting from the costs of others. I don't know if you ever heard that, and I hope you never heard that, but there are so many people that used to say that, something along the lines of, you're gonna miss me when I'm gone. And that makes me think, like, why? Why would you think that? Why would that change after you're gone? If I don't miss you when you're alive, why would I miss you when you're dead? Perhaps you have really bad parents. Your relationship is really not existing anymore, and that's when you heard that. Or with your grandparents. Maybe it's not what it's supposed to be like, and this keeps me wondering why. Like, why would you think that after you're gone, there can be like this clean slate, and suddenly I should forget about everything you did in your life? Because that's not gonna happen. And people think, like, talk about this forgiveness, or that you should not talk badly about the dead, or if you have no good to say about someone that passed away, you shouldn't say anything. And I strongly disagree with that, because it is true that you shouldn't lie about someone because they cannot defend yourself, and you have that probably not fair, not equal chance to really showcase your perspective when you're gone. But when you are alive, like, you make the decisions, right? If it's your behavior, if that's what your actions, that's what you're choosing to do, then you shouldn't really be expecting everything to change. And when people have this idea that you shouldn't really say badly about the dead, like, this is the person that made this decision while they were still alive. Why can't I just now talk about it the way I see it, the way I reflect on that person's life, the whole legacy? Because let's face it, we all do things that are sometimes good, sometimes bad, and as much as objectively as we can, you can judge someone's life after they're gone, right? Because that's when the whole story ends for that person. And I think that leaves us with a very big reflection in days like that, like All Saints Day, when we are reflecting on the dead ones, that you should really think about the living and what you're leaving behind, because you never know when you're gonna die. So think about it and truly make the best of it while you still can.